The sluice. The sluice is finally on the loose. Yepwelp, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, consider clicking that red subscribe button right underneath the video if you get some entertainment out of this. So, like I said last week, I really wanted to get out to the river and test out my new sluice. Well, I have to say, the sluice is loose. As you can see, I got my automatic classifier set up. I got my sluice box set up. So I think we got everything we need to start running some cons through my sluice box here and see how she does for the first time out. Hope you're excited as I am. Real excited to be able to try out this sluice box, as I've never been able to run a sluice box before. So this is really going to help me increase the amount of material I get to move and the material I get to prospect while I'm out having a good time. So here goes the first scoop of many through my very new sluice box, the Angus Mackirk Expedition. One small scoop for Yepwelp, one giant scoop for Yepwelpers out there, as we're gonna be running a whole lot more material now that we got this beauty set up. We got the nice tongue, the start of the sluice. Seem to be having good flow here. I would like a little bit more flow, because if you can see, some of the larger blonde sands are staying in my riffles here. So I'm gonna see if I can get a little more water flow in it, blow out some of these larger useless pieces of sand, and we will continue running some buckets. I got me a pan set down at the end just in case I have any blowouts, and I can double check to make sure I'm capturing everything I want to capture. But she's looking pretty good for first time out, trying her out. Pretty excited about it. Alrighty, well, we are done running our first bucket, so I'm gonna check my pan here to make sure I have my sluice box set up correctly, to make sure we're not blowing out any gold or any of the good stuff out the back end. If I have the water coming in too fast, or if I have the angle set too much, this pan will collect any of that gold that I probably would have lost. Let's check it out. surprised to see that many black sands in there, so might have the water going a little fast. Although for a whole 5-gallon bucket, I guess a couple tablespoons of black sands isn't bad. Although ideally, you don't want to be losing anything out of there. I'm not seeing any gold in there, so that's a bonus. Not sure why we have a tablespoon or 2 of black sands that happen to come through. Maybe they're the lighter of the black sands, I'm not sure. Leave me a comment below if you know if there's something that I might need to do it a little differently or change up to have the sluice catch the rest of these little black sands. Like I said, that isn't very much considering we ran an entire 5-gallon bucket and there's about 1 tablespoon of black sand down there. But, and I guess that could have happened when I was first setting up the sluice, trying to get it dialed in. So we'll run a second bucket here and check the tailings as well to make sure we're not getting any gold loss or any additional black sands coming out. Like I said, I didn't see any gold in here, but I really don't think we should be losing black sands like that. Alrighty, we're getting ready to start our second bucket here. And I do believe I have the water pretty dialed in. We're about 1 inch deep, and you can see my tongue groove coming down the center of that. I still got some large blondes that are hanging out and staying around, but I'm wondering if that's because I'm only classifying down to a 1/2 inch, not a 1/4 inch, and I should probably be doing a 1/4 inch. Let me know in the comments below what your opinion is on that. According to the instructions, we are good to go with loading in a 1/2 inch classified material into this Angus Mackirk here. But like I said, I feel my water's pushing out pretty well. I got a good depth, about a 5.5 to 6 degree drop on it. But I have some larger useless material hanging out. And like I said, I do believe that's just due to I'm not classifying it down as much as I probably should. But go ahead and let me know what you think. Overall though, I'm loving it. It eats way more material than my nugget bucket did. And on top of that, I don't have to manually pick up buckets of water to rinse the materials down in the nugget bucket. With the sluice being set up in the river and getting the correct and proper water flow, the water is loaded into the sluice box all for me, so that eliminates 1 step of work that I have to do. So with the automatic classifier and the sluice box, almost got it down to no manual labor, just a little digging. But can't complain when we have a beautiful Colorado day. Not a cloud in the sky, beautiful out here. Once again, got a little gaggle of geese with me, my little buddies. Say hi, guys. How you doing? That's quacktastic. Anyways, I'm gonna quit screwing around, stop enjoying myself so much, and get another bucket classified down so we can run it through that sluice box. Alrighty, I got a couple buckets ran through the sluice box here. I'm gonna take these bridge supporting rocks off that's holding it down and go ahead and rinse this into a 5-gallon bucket and get it cleaned out. And that way we don't have to worry about losing any of our goods as we continue to run here, play around with the sluice box a little bit. But I just want to show you how easy it is to clean this out. This is my first time cleaning it out, so you're gonna see any of the nuances that I might not know yet to it. I plan on putting the 5-gallon bucket down here where I had my pan and just slowly tipping the sluice box into the 5-gallon bucket and dumping all the cons in there, and then I can set the sluice box back down and we can continue to run. Pretty easy. And we'll just take our little spoon here and splash down some water. Rinse all that stuff down in the bucket so we don't lose any of it. And we'll get back to buying some more goods. Can't beat how easy this is to clean out. Took me a little bit to get it set up, but I feel once you get it set up, cleaning it out and resetting it back up is really no problem whatsoever. It's going to be real easy. I'm going to tip it in backwards too, just to make sure we got this front part nice and clean. And we'll set her back down in there. And it's just that easy to change out your sluice box, rinse her out, so you can throw some more cons down there and you won't have to worry about blowing them out the back end. Yepwelp, getting loose with the sluice. Alrighty, we ran about 6 buckets, we ran 6 buckets through this new sluice I got. Finally got her dialed in pretty good. I'm still losing a little bit of black sands out of the back end of the sluice, but I do believe that might be just the lighters of the black sands. I have about a tablespoon in the pan after a 5-gallon bucket of cons. Actually, I did 2 5-gallon buckets of cons and then rinsed out the sluice box. So after about 10 gallons of concentrates, I was left with about 1 tablespoon of black sands down in my pan at the back side of my sluice box. So I was pretty happy with that. Like I said, I checked it every time and there was no gold flakes blown out the back, so that was great. I've just about ran the day out of light. So I'm probably gonna get everything packed up here, get this sluice box cleaned out for the last time, get that in the concentrate bucket. I'll get everything packed up, and then I'm gonna go around and actually pick up a little bit of trash. There's quite a bit of trash out here today, so I already have a pile going over there. I'm gonna fill up one of my buckets. I brought an extra bucket. I'm gonna fill it up full of trash as much as I can anyway, and we're gonna pack that out with us along with our goods and the rest of the stuff we brought in today. So let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, we were able to get everything cleaned up, get the concentrates put away. I was able to get a 1-gallon bucket here full of some random trash that was laying around out here. So it's not much, but every little bit helps. Try to do my little part to help keep it clean so I can keep enjoying this place. As we know, I've come out here quite a few times. I do enjoy to get out here. And like I said, there's nothing better than enjoying a beautiful 80-degree Colorado day with no clouds in the sky. And I get the whole place to myself. So I don't mind doing a little bit of trash duty, a little bit of pickup before I go. Take a few minutes, walk around, grab what I can. There's still a little bit out here, but hey, I did my part, I tried. I'll do a little bit more next time, and hopefully eventually there won't be any trash left out here. So I'm gonna do the fun part of walking back to the car, and I will meet up with you guys at home with the blue bowl to wash these concentrates, see what kind of goods we got. Try to do a little bit to help keep clean. So real quick before I show you Mr. Roosevelt's golden mohawk out of the gold we found, I wanted to cover the fact that after reviewing the video footage, I determined that I don't believe I had the correct water depth. I only had about 1 inch of water running through my sluice, and I should have had about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And I think that would have increased the flow just enough to get enough action on the back swirl behind the ripples to clean out more of those blonde sands. Therefore, I wouldn't have had an issue with them building up and having my black sands blow out the back. Just my thought. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Furthermore, here's the gold. Thanks again for joining.